The Conservative Party has been rocked by a tidal wave of defections as more than a dozen councillors across England have quit to join Reform UK, a move that's rattled the Tories right in the middle of their annual party conference. In a single day, a whopping 20 councillors left the Conservatives, helping Reform UK grow its council presence to more than 900 seats nationwide. The party originally won 677 seats in May's local elections, but has since added 228 through by-elections and defections. One of the biggest shifts came in Kent's Gravesham borough, where councillors Emma Elliott, Aaron Elliott, Gary Harding and David Beattie announced they were leaving the Conservatives. In a joint statement, they said, "The Conservative Party is over. Only Reform can deliver the change Britain needs. This country is in an unrecognisable state because politicians in Westminster have failed to understand and deliver on the needs of the public." Decades of broken promises have eroded trust in the established parties, and they can no longer be given the benefit of the doubt. Other defections followed across the country, including Denise Howard in East Riding of Yorkshire, Debbie Solomon of Rushcliffe, Cameron Adams and Dwayne Farr from Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole Council. Dwayne Farr said that he once believed that Conservatives best represented Brexit voters, but that trust has been eroded.
We're living in a time of what feels like pretty significant social change, and it makes us question things that we've even taken for granted for decades. And one of those at the moment that people are wondering about is actually money. Is the money in your bank account safe? Should you be investing elsewhere? Are we looking at a potential global crash? What will it mean for your savings? Is there a way that you could be using your money that might be outside of government control even? Well, Tally Money is potentially one solution. So I'm delighted to say that I'm joined today by the CEO and founder of Tally Money, Cameron Parry. What is Tally Money?
Well, at Tally Money, you basically get gold you can spend. So we give people an individual account in their name, everyday account. They get a sort code and account number. They use that account just like they would pounds from their bank, but it's milligrams of gold that we brand as Tally.
Okay. Why would you do that, though? What is the benefit to the customer instead of just having a normal pound sterling account?
Gold's performance against the pound is above 11% per annum over the last 25 years on average. But we still need money in our daily lives, and we have savings. We know that it's good common sense and prudent to save up for things, not just live in credit. You know, whether it's a holiday or a rainy day, your retirement planning, you need to have money in your life, basically, that you can rely on, that's dependable, that nobody meddles with, that nobody can weaponise against you, which is another element of government control when it's the government currency, which we could talk about another time. And it should be pretty simple and straightforward, and that's what we deliver at Tally. And really, we just want people to feel safe and happy with their money. There was a time when the bigger your bank balance, the more confident you felt. Now it's like, I need to do something with it. I can't leave it there. In Tally, you can.
Okay, brilliant. Cameron Parry from Tally Money. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bev.
Inside the Conservative Party, reactions have been mixed. Tory leader Kemi Badenoch said she was very sorry to lose people, but added that the party must keep members who are in politics for the right reasons.
Are you worried by this? These are people who fought for you at the local elections. Now they're leaving and going to Reform. Nigel Farage has got it and you haven't.
Well, I completely disagree. And I'm sorry to see councillors go. But at the end of the day, we are making it clear that we are Conservatives. That means fiscal responsibility. We don't want to increase welfare. We don't want nationalisation. Those are Reform's policies. If people agree with those policies, then they do have to go. They're not going to get them with us. We're going to live within our means. And the point I keep making is that the people who jump from party to party based on who's leading in the polls are not the sort of people you want running your country or running your council.
Just to be clear, you would rule out any deal pre-election with Reform?
I've always ruled that out. People need to know what they're voting for.
Her comments came as analysts warned that defections could signal deeper divisions within the Conservative base and potential trouble ahead of the next general election. This has reignited continued debate about the likelihood of a Tory Reform merger as a way of the right ensuring that Labour aren't able to secure a second term.
Yes. We're having too many defections now.
I hope that there are back channels where people talk to each other, because politically and ideologically, there's that much between the Conservatives and Reform?
I believe so. I think immigration affects everyone. I think this is where we can learn from one another.
I don't think so, no.
It's wafer thin, the difference between Reform and the Conservatives.
Absolutely, I think it's inevitable.
No, I don't think we need an electoral pact.
At this point, absolutely not.
No idea. How's that?
For some frontbenchers, however, this appears out of the question at the moment, with Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride taking the opportunity to swipe at reform during his conference speech, claiming the party is marching on the left of state control.
It's not just irresponsible, it is dangerous. And look at reform. They are just as bad. Reform's manifesto promised tens of billions in unfunded commitments. They want to scrap the two-child benefit cap, spending billions more on welfare, and they want you to pay for it. We say that if you want to fund a large family, then that's great, but you should look to yourself to pay, not the state. And Reform want to get back to the days of nationalisation and state control. They are marching to the left. Be in no doubt, they are the party of more spending and more debt. And when it comes to Reform, be assured of this, that when the glitter, the shimmy of the sequined dress, the razzmatazz, the spinning plates, the fireworks have faded, you will be left with emptiness. The dull bell alone, the hollowed out promises that never were. But Reform are being found out, and it is this Conservative Party that is holding them to account.
For Reform UK, though, this remains a moment of momentum, with Nigel Farage seemingly unfazed at the criticism being fired his way. The party leader didn't hold back when announcing the avalanche of defections on X, claiming more people have joined Reform UK in the past 24 hours than were in the room for Kemi Badenoch's conference speech. He also added, "This morning we announced that 20 Conservative councillors have defected to Reform UK. The Conservative Party is finished." For Conservatives, the attendance at this year's conference will serve as another reminder of the growing pressure from their right flank, just as they prepare for a critical election year. Whether this is the start of a wider exodus or just a warning shot remains to be seen. One thing is clear though, Britain's political landscape continues to shift, and both parties are now fighting for the same